Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sir. So now how to train TDNN model on Google Cloud platform. So for that, the plan of the session is like that. In this session, actually, I am Cecil Kalita, and Shruti Bias will discuss about whole things regarding the how we can create VM instances. VM means virtual machine instances, and then how to access those VMs using the terminal from our local terminal, and then how we can clone those Kaldi repository, and we can install Kaldi in that VM instance, and then we can train the TDNN model on that particular VM. So VM means is a virtual machine which will be there in Google Cloud and will access using some command. Now this virtual machines, since earlier also we discussed that we'll use Ubuntu server only, so that's why in these virtual machines are also Ubuntu server. It's like whatever the local machine you have, that only, but we will not have any kind of GUI to access that. We have to access everything through terminal itself. Maybe I'll just give an overview how it will look like going before that. And first, actually, what we are thinking is that we'll create these virtual instances on Google Cloud. So before doing everything, we'll first discuss what this TDNN model is, and then what is what the difference is, whatever we studied in the last two sessions. So that thing we'll discuss. However, before that, we'll just discuss some glimpse of that Google Cloud, how it looks like and how we can do. That's 5 minutes we'll spend on that. So actually, this is a GUI terminal. We can access this Google Cloud through this browser, and we can create instances, and then we can create images or everything we can create. And those thing we'll discuss elaborately after we can discuss to how actually what is TDNN model and all those things. And then you can see here, these are some instances grouped to GPU. So here it is a GPU machine where some eight GPUs are there, 100 GB memory is there. So and 30 GB RAM is there. So that we can access through something like that. Here some Google G Cloud command is there, and those things we can, if we check here, we'll get some command, and we can copy this command, and then we can run in our local terminal. So already I am on that particular terminal, and we can copy here, and then we can just click, and it will redirect me. It will give me one terminal where actually we can access everything. So you can see here. So all those operations we can do here. So now whatever the terminal currently we're seeing here in my PC, so this is not my local machine terminal, it is the Google Cloud terminal. So as I mentioned, we have 100 GB memory, so we can check actually. So here you can see that we have 100 GB memory is there, and like as I mentioned that we have RAM size is 30 GB, so we can see that 30 GB RAM is there. So all those things we can check, like we have NVIDIA, how many GPUs we have, so those also we can check. So we have one Tesla T4 GPU we have, so we are not using since no process is running. So all those things actually we can do, whatever all those Linux commands are there, all everything we can do here, but we will not have a GUI of that particular virtual machine. So that is the thing. So now already actually we have created. Okay, in this machine is not there. So
just an interruption. If there is
Yes, sir.
anything that we need to do, you should explicitly state. So we are now
Yes,
just
sir.
now watching.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So here actually now all the maybe participants no need to do now as of now. Now actually I just give a idea of how this VMs are Google what the Google Cloud is there.
They're asking to increase the font size. Can you do that?
Font size, sir. Okay.
The terminal.
Terminal font size. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Is it fine?
Shishir sir,
Yes.
you use that group 2 GPU one. TDNN Kaldi we have stopped it. No?
Oh, you have stopped it. Okay, okay.
So just use
This
that.
is better. This is better.
Group 2 GPU.
This is better, sir. Okay, okay. Then we can use group 2 GPU only. Okay, fine. Thank you. So okay, so here all the commands actually we can try, like if we want to do some make directory di maybe, then we can check. Okay, all those things we can do here. So and those things we'll discuss after that, once we discuss that about what TDNN is, all those things, then we'll just go to that particular slide now. Now, earlier, whatever the models we discussed and we studied, those are based on GMM HMM, and how different DNN HMM is from GMM HMM, that already we learned from earlier sessions. Subudra Vijay sir give a nice overview about that. And then now there are different DNN architectures are there. Now there are different DNN architecture. For example, it may be a simple feed-forward DNN architecture, or it may be TDNN, or it may be LSTM, or it may be CNN-based architecture. But in this session, we'll only discuss about one particular kind of DNN architecture, which is called time delay neural network. So time delay neural network, we can see here, this is the one architecture of a particular TDNN time delay neural network model. So earlier this time delay neural network is proposed. I'll not discuss all that theory about behind the TDNN architecture, but I'll just give a brief overview of what exactly it is. We can see here four layers are there: first layer, second layer, third layer, and fourth layer. In this TDNN architecture was proposed long back, but at that time the computational power was not that much sufficient. So, and this training of this TDNN network is very intensive. So then Denpovi and the group who created the Kaldi, they actually they develop one idea by which actually we can train.
Shishir.
Sir. Yes.
Dr. Chandrasekhar Silamutala has joined
Okay.
from ISC.
Oh, okay.
Since Indian Speech Communication Association is the sponsor, he will take about few minutes to mention about its activity.
Yes, yes, sir.
Welcome, Chandru. Can you switch on the?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Hello, Prasanna. How are you?
Fine, fine. So we have Chief is there. And,
hello, Chief.
Hi.
How are you?
So we started this. I think Deepak, are you there? We started this virtual summer school on 19th Monday. Of course, what was the plan was we have this X-Step Foundation in Bangalore, that Nandan Nilekani's foundation. There,
X-Step, yeah.
Now they are developing open source toolkits for speech and language. So they have developed some models, wave-to-wake models, and those things and making it freely available. They are also crowdsourcing data for Indian languages and making it available. We thought we will give hands-on training to the members from different research groups across India to use them. so that they can utilize. Of course, since it is hands-on, we planned for about 30-35 participants, but now it has become nearly about 90 registrations.
So this is virtual hands-on, or is it in-person hands-on?
No, virtual hands-on.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
We are also experiencing it for the first time. So how to make it happen? So far, so good. Then we requested the sponsors to just come for about few minutes and tell about their organization and activities. Yesterday, of course, TIH in IIT Hyderabad, the autonomous navigation, they have also sponsored.
Okay.
Telangana
Innovation Hub, yeah.
Yes. Professor Rajlakshmi came and mentioned about her TIH activities and those things. Maybe I'll welcome you once again. Thank you for the sponsorship. And I request you to, because everybody is from the speech groups across India. So in that way, kindly explain about Indian Speech Communication Association activities and how these members can become part of that. Thank you very much. Please.
Absolutely. So I will share my screen. I have
please.
I have a short presentation.
Yeah, please.
So can you see the presentation?
I think it's coming up. Yes, it has come. Yes.
Okay. So this is a very brief presentation. It's not a typical sponsor speech, but INSCA stands for Indian Speech Communication Association. This is a registered body with the government of Karnataka, and it is, its office is in the Indian Institute of Science, Department of Electrical Engineering. So we have a similar body at the international level. It is called the International Speech Communication Association, and we didn't have any consolidated body like this or an association like this within the country. Although there's a history of the legendary speech activity and audio activity in the country. So we thought we must actually consolidate all this speech activity under one umbrella, at least have a voice and a representation, have a society for promotion of speech activities in the country. So it was registered on 3rd September 2019, and it's the class of society. It's called a general society. Okay, it's a not-for-profit organization. For all our activities, we have already a corpus fund from which we are managing the activities. We would not like to generate any profits out of our technical activities. At the same time, we would also not like to incur any losses. Now, how did it all start? It all started with, just give me a second, I'll ensure that the background noise is less.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
yes.
Sorry for that.
Yes.
So it all started with Interspeech 2018. Those of you who are familiar with Interspeech conference would know that Interspeech is the flagship event. It's a flagship conference of the International Speech Communication Association. And in several years of its history, it was never organized in India. And it was for the first time, in 2018, that Interspeech was organized in India, and it was organized at Hyderabad. And this was sort of a moment where we realized the true potential of the speech community within the country. Faculty members and research students and scholars from various IITs, NITs, IISc, institutes, small and big, all of them came forward and took an active role in the organization of the conference. It was by far the largest in terms of attendance, that particular edition of the conference. And although there were a lot of reservations prior to 2018 about having a conference, an international conference of that magnitude organized in India, all those reservations sort of got dispelled when the international community saw that the conference could be organized so well and so successfully in the country. Now, as part of the conference organization, the entire speech community sort of came forward and took an active role on various committees. International conference organization starts about 3 years in advance of the scheduled date, and several things have to be taken care of. And all the faculty and students from various IITs and NITs came together. So we didn't want to stop that momentum with the conduct of the conference. We wanted to carry that activity forward, and that is when we came up with this idea of Indian Speech Communication Association. So who runs INSCA? INSCA is, as I said, it's mainly a society, not for profit, and there's no official structure as such. It is run by all the prominent speech faculty from IISc and IITs. You name any speech faculty member in IITs or IISc, and they're automatically part of INSCA. Okay. For the purpose of administration and official formalities, we do have a few office bearers, but they're mainly signatories for carrying out administrative tasks. So they're sort of executive members, but otherwise there is no hierarchy as such in the society or the association. So what's the mandate of INSCA? So this is the mandate. It's a single point mandate: promote speech, language, audio, and acoustics education and research in the country. We would like to support all kinds of schools, workshops, educational seminars related to this objective. Okay. And that is how we are supporting the school that Prasanna and Samudra Vijay and Deepak are organizing at IIT Dharwad. We're very happy that despite the pandemic, you're actually having a hands-on workshop organized at IIT Dharwad. We also have a way or means of incentivizing and recognizing outstanding research. These are mainly given out in terms of awards for students. These are INSCA awards for research students to recognize the best master's thesis and the best doctoral thesis. The notification for this has not yet gone out this year because of the pandemic. The schedule got quite off the track, but we will soon send out a notification. And those of you who are familiar with WISAP series of schools, WISAP stands for Winter School in Speech and Audio Processing. The school started at Indian Institute of Science. This was several years ago, more than a decade ago, and it ran uninterrupted year after year. It went around different parts of the country from one IIT to another IIT. Unfortunately, it didn't happen this year because, again, of the pandemic, but otherwise, we never had a break ever since the program, the Winter School series started. So now, because all the speech and audio faculty members in the country are automatically part of this organization, they have enrolled themselves towards the activities of INSCA. WISAP has become a flagship event of INSCA. And very soon we will start planning for the next WISAP that will be held in 2022. Okay. So as I said, I would like to emphasize, we would like to promote speech, language, audio, and acoustics education and research. Okay. We need two kinds of, at least two pillars in the advancement of speech science in the country. One is on the research frontier. The other one is on the basic education. Technology building, how do we train students to build speech-based tools or technologies, or audio-based tools and technologies, language technologies. So very similar to the kind of work that you are being exposed to now as part of your workshop. If you have any proposals for conducting schools or workshops or seminars in your own colleges, please do reach out to us. We would not like the activity to be confined to a few elite institutions in the country. One of the mandates that all of us at INSCA strongly felt about was that the activities must go to smaller colleges. It must go to more, it must actually reach out to smaller colleges where there's a lot of interest. We would not like it to be confined to IITs or IISc alone. Okay, we would like people to come forward and submit proposals to conduct workshops, and we evaluate these proposals and support in whatever way we can. Okay, the simplest kind of support that we can give is financial support, and leave the organizational and logistics to the organizers of the workshop. So with those few words, let me just conclude about INSCA. the real success of this organization or this association depends on all of you as speech researchers in the country. So it's up to us to ensure that this activity goes unhampered. Finances is not a constraint, at least not in the foreseeable future. What is a constraint is our enthusiasm. So our enthusiasm is the only limit to further the activities of INSCA. So with those few words, Prasanna and Samudra, I will stop, and I'll be happy to take any questions from the participants.
Thank you, Chandru. Any questions from the participants? If you have any doubts, clarification you want to ask.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Om. Please.
Sir, myself, Dr. Om Prakash Singh from Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology, Sikkim. So, sir, I just wanted to know, is there any registration procedure to enroll in this program? And
in the association?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is an association, Indian Speech Communication Association. Membership.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So we haven't yet thought about issues related to membership or registration fee. Because as I said, we do not want to make any profit out of this activity. So, but for the part of, as far as administration is concerned, we need a core committee. So we have a committee comprising, Prasanna, Samudra Vijay, and several other leading faculty from IITs and IISc, mainly to oversee and run the activities of INSCA. But there's nothing called as an INSCA membership. Maybe a few years down the line, we will probably introduce that. But even if that were introduced mainly for regulation purposes, the fee will still be very nominal. As of now, there is no membership fee.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank
you. Even if that membership fee is not there, Chandra, is there any way these members can get enrolled into the organization? Is there any?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Samudra Vijay, sir, please unmute, sir.
Nothing. If there is an email where these people can send an email and become a member of the circulation list where the activities of the INSCA are propagated, that would be good enough. Thank you.
Great.
Sure. That's a very good suggestion. Yes. In fact, there were quite a few plans plans when we started off, but then when COVID came, all of those got disrupted. So, but we will soon have an office or a secretariat in IISc that will exclusively handle INSCA activities. Okay. So one of the first things we will do is create a mailing list, and so that at least you'll be notified of the activities. So currently, such a mailing list is being maintained by Suryakant Gangashetty from.
Is there as a part of?
Oh, Suryakant, yeah. Okay. Suryakant, how did I miss you?
Yes, sir. Yes, thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Suryakant is maintaining a mailing list currently, and this mailing list has been carved out of participants of Interspeech 2018, 2019, and so on, mainly the Indian participants. Okay, so if you want to get onto the mailing list, send an email to Suryakant. So we already have a mailing list, and you can send an email to Suryakant.
I will take care.
Yeah. Perhaps, Suryakant, what you could do is automatically enroll all of these people on the mailing list.
Sure. Yes, sir.
All the attendees you could add to the mailing list.
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, Chandru, one good thing is, as you rightly mentioned, now the speech processing groups have started into smaller places also.
Yes.
Many group members from private universities, private colleges, private universities, they have joined. Now we have to bring them onto a mainstream along with us, so that sure. In nooks and corners of the country activities. Avnish, please unmute and speak.
Absolutely. See, the breakthrough innovations can come from anywhere.
Definitely.
So we would actually be more encouraging of workshop proposals or seminar schools coming out of smaller colleges.
Correct.
But focused themes. Okay.
Yeah. One is this, as you told, the finance part. Second part is, if they require some resource, means technical resources, faculty members we can share, give contact and help them to deliver few lectures for them.
Sure. So a few years down the line, we will have the entire mechanism in place.
Correct.
We'll have a repository of resource persons who you could reach out to organize a workshop.
Correct.
Okay. So we could also facilitate that.
So Avinish raised a hand, but he is unable to.
You could type it in the chat box if it is
Type it in
possible.
the chat box. His queries regarding seminar proposal or workshop or education. So you can just send an email to whom. If you say the email, Chandru, then chat box they will send the proposal.
So to start with, you could send it to
me. Inska something is there. CSS at.
We do have a temporary Gmail account, but to begin with, you can send it to CSS at IAC.
CSS at IAC. Is there any way we can access the resources? What resources, Ganu? So INSCA is a society. As of now, they do not have any resources in terms of. What do you mean by that? You are thinking about some databases and all those things?
See, we are, I mean, the main resources I can imagine are speech and language databases, and maybe codes and other, maybe code and projects, maybe project reports or stuff like that. So, okay, so Ganu has clarified it's about databases. So there have been a few databases have been collected as part of some consortium projects, and Prasanna and Samudruji would definitely know more about those. We will interface with the PIs of the project, Professor Hemamurthy and several others, and we'll see if some of those databases that have been collected with government funding could be made available. We will not make it freely available online. There will be some access control. You don't have to pay, but there will be some access control because these are valuable resources, and we do not want to give them away just like that. So we will try to ensure that those resources are available to you.
There is something, for example, China, France, if I am not wrong, where they have a similar association in their country, and they have some tie-up with ISCA.
Okay.
Where, a membership with ISCA, and that one can, if you are a member of ISCA, they can get at some
discount in ISCA membership. Okay.
I don't know how it works. Maybe I will.
So maybe that requires an agreement with ISCA.
Definitely. Down the line we can think over.
Yeah. Now that you are a member in the ISCA board, so.
Definitely, I'll talk to them.
Yeah.
But now getting this mailing list, Chandru, that is the easiest thing. We can populate this mailing list and
sure.
So that
so we already have an alpha list from Suryakant. Yeah.
Suryakant sir, kindly. So.
Yes, sir.
Right. Great. So if there are no further questions, I wish you all success, and thank you for organizing this.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prasanna. See you, Samudruji. And Suryakant, bye. See you, everyone. Bye.
See you. Bye.
Deepak as
well. Shishir, please start.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Is my screen visible, sir?
Not yet came.
Okay.
Deepak has raised the hand. Deepak? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it's coming.
It's coming. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. So we are discussing about the TDNN architecture. Like in this session, we'll discuss how to train a TDNN model. That means a deep neural network model. But earlier, whatever the models we discussed, that GMM-based model, try1, try2, and this speaker adaptive training, all those things we actually don't require GPU for training the model. But for this TDNN training, we require GPU computing resources. So that's why we are planning to train this TDNN in the Google Cloud Server. Now, what is the difference of that? That already we have discussed in previous sessions. Then regarding the TDNN, this TDNN architecture was proposed long back, but this Denpei and their group, they modified the architecture so that it can be useful for the speech recognition purpose. And another thing is that it can train in a very fast way in the GPU server. So that way, here two important things are there. If you see that this architecture, if you want to predict something in the time step t, for example, we have one sequence of frames for a particular speech utterance, then we need to predict something. It may be the context dependent, that Shannon level also, or it may be some other things also. Then what this architecture is looking into, it's looking into 13 frames back and 13 frames in future. All those frames it is learning, and that way it can give a very it is learning the temporal dependencies of present in that particular utterance. Apart from that, learning that overall temporal dependencies, it is learning that localized contextual dependencies as well. So if you can see here, when it will go from first layer to second layer, it will only take 5 frames from that particular small region. Then it will do some affine transformation, linear non-linear transformation, and then again if we go to that particular third layer, then it will take from this previous 1 frame and then again to the plus 2 frame, and then it will, once it will go to that in a deeper level of that particular network, it will see that whole global view of that particular utterance. In that way, it will learn that temporal dependencies present in that. And this TDNN network is also used for, explicitly used for in training the speaker verification model, which we call X vector model. For those purpose also it is currently using. Now the architecture whichever will train in that particular, in that session, it is a modified version of the TDNN architecture, which is called factorized TDNN architecture. So earlier there are no whatever these weights are there, weight matrices are there. So this Denpei and then the group proposed one modified architecture where this is one layer, for example, this is first layer and this is second layer, and they are doing some kind of low rank projection. That means they are minimizing the whatever this weights that number of neurons are there. They are projecting to a low dimensional space and again converting to the higher dimensional space in the third layer. So that way they are creating one bottleneck layer in between each of the hidden layers. So that why actually I am discussing this, because when you see that TDNN script, there is one parameter called bottleneck parameter, bottleneck number of neurons. So that at that time maybe it will be one question may arise, like why they are doing that. Apart from that, everything is same. They are training the same criteria whatever they use for earlier network. So this network only we are going to train. Now for TDNN training, there are several steps. Actually, this TDNN training is totally different for GMM, HMM training, whatever we learned earlier. Now, in that, we'll show where that TDNN script is there, and then we'll discuss what are the parameters we require. Then, for training this TDNN model, there are different steps. So, first thing is that we'll be required that TRI-3 model, whatever you have trained yesterday. So, that TRI-3, the speaker adaptive training model, will be required to get the alignment for TDNN training, because TDNN is a discriminative training model. So will be required label for each particular frame. So for that we need to generate the alignment. So that alignment we are going to generate from the TRI-3 model. So that TRI-3 model already we have built yesterday. So that model we use for the training of the TDNN model. Now, another model we require, which is called iVector. So that I'll give a brief overview of what iVector is in the coming slide. Then we need to do some kind of augmentation, data augmentation. Earlier, we have not done any data augmentation, but it is recommended if you have very less amount of data, it's better to do some kind of data augmentation so that network learns more, learns on a data which are more diverse, more variability is there. Then another something will be there like low resolution MFCCs and high resolution MFCCs. That also we'll see what high resolution MFCCs and low resolution MFCCs. Then we need to create some kind of topology. Earlier, we as we see, we need to do some kind of graph generation. So all those things also here also we need to do. We need to build the trees to build that, to check the context dependent phonemes using decision trees. Then we need to define the TDNN architecture and we need to train the model. So as I mentioned earlier, so what are the requirements from the previous sessions? We will be required tri-tree model for environment generation, the data folder where all the web.scp text file attains to speaker, all those information should be there, and the pre-trained language model. Yesterday we built language model also, so that also will be required. Then all the audio files, whatever we used. Then in TDNN training, we actually extract two types of MFCCs. One is low resolution and one is high resolution. This low resolution and high resolution, Kaldi gave those names. This high resolution means they whatever the number of filters to compute the MFCCs, triangular filters, they use 40, and number of cepstrum also they took 40. So that's what they call high resolution. And if we take less number of filters, male filter and filters, for example, maybe 23, and again we using the DCT, we compute the cepstrum maybe 20, then we call it low resolution MFCCs, which is the default setting of the Kaldi MFCC config file. Yesterday, whatever MFCC you computed, those are low resolution MFCCs. Now, here another important part while training the TDNN model is called the iVector training. Now, yesterday while training the tri-tree model, that is speaker adaptive training, we train something called training FMLR kind of training we did, and there we got some features, and we actually append those features with our MFCC acoustic features, and that way we can build our model which are not dependent on the speaker, which is more adaptive to the speaker. So now those kind of speaker adaptation, if we want to do in case of TDNN, then they propose a different variant of that particular thing, which is called the iVector training. Now, what is iVector? So iVector is a one-dimensional vector which we can get from any speech signal. For example, if we have one speech signal, maybe any length, maybe 2 second or 3 second length. So what we can do using this iVector mapping is that we can create a fixed length vector. So how to do that fixed length vector? So there are some modeling techniques are there. So using that we can do. Now, what is the advantage of using that iVector? So it will iVector learns the speaker characteristics as well as the environment characteristics. Maybe session variabilities it will model. That means recording device, or maybe where in which environment we record. All those information it can capture by using the iVectors. And this iVectors was originally used for the speaker recognition and verification purpose earlier, and now that iVector based method is using for the for that speaker adaptation to use the speaker adaptation in the TDNN training as well. That means DNN training as well. Now, why iVector in ASR? So earlier, as we know, we need some kind of speaker adaptive training. So now if we pad this I vector, for example, we have one utterance and we get the I vector for that particular utterance and we append for each frame, then we can get something, we can get that feature which are not variable with respect to the changes of the speaker characteristics or device characteristics. So to learn that particular characteristics, we need to embed I vector along with the acoustic features, which is called the MFCCs. Now that is one thing, and it will help as I mentioned, that it will help the speaker adaptation and also the acoustic conditions. So these are the 3 papers. If you want to know more about I vector, you can go through these papers. So this I vector, or earlier it was proposed for, as I mentioned, speaker verification, and it was used for lots of applications apart from that speaker verification. Now, how to train I vector system? So to train an I vector system, what will be required? Will be required huge amount of data from diverse source. So diverse source means we can get data from different acoustic, recorded from different acoustic condition, or maybe from different large number of speakers. And let's pull all the data and extract the MFCC features and train a GMM model. So that GMM model is called a universal background model. Or let's assume that we have one GMM model which have maybe 64 Gaussians. Then if we concatenate all those means for each for that particular GMM, then we'll get a very long dimensional vector. So that vector, what we need to do, that vector we need to project on some kind of matrix which is called a T matrix. So that matrix also we need to learn. So there we need to project on that particular matrix. When we project in that particular matrix, we'll get a low dimensional vector, and that low dimensional vector is called a I vector. Now, first thing is that we get a very low dimensional, we project into a low dimensional space. Our dimension also reduced to some extent. So in the Kaldi script, how to train the I vector? First thing is that we need to do some kind of speaker speed perturbation, and then do volume perturbation. We need to compute the MFCCs. Then these features we need to do the LDR transform to reduce the dimensionality, also the decode the data. Then we will train one UBM model, that means one GMM model, Gaussian mixer model of 512 Gaussian. Then we'll train the I vector. Train I vector means we need to train this T matrix, this projection matrix, and then we'll extract the I vectors for all the data. Okay. After that, we need to define our network. So what do we mean by define a TDNN network? So any kind of, if we consider a neural network, so we need to define several hyperparameters. Those hyperparameters may be number of layers. Then what will be our what will be our activation function for each node? Then how many neurons will consider for each hidden layer? All those things we need to decide now. So in this case, what will be our output for training a TDNN network? What will be our output? So in the previous session, when we checked the GMM info, we got some kind of PDFs. So those PDFs actually, those are context dependent phones. So those context dependent phones we need to take as a target for this TDNN training. So on top of that, actually we do some kind of decision tree based thing. So we can assume that we need to our output will be some kind of phones. So that number of targets we need to decide. So that target, so we'll train one tree model. So that decision tree model. So that from that decision tree leaves only whatever the leaves will be there. So from that actually we'll get the number of targets for which we need to train the TDNN architecture. Then we need to decide the input dimension. So as I mentioned earlier, we are using a high resolution MFCCs. So our MFCC input will be 40 dimension. As I mentioned that our MFCC dimension is 40. And that I vector, whatever we are training, that I vector dimension is 100. So our total dimension will be 140. This 140 dimension will be the input of the TDNN architecture. Then we need to decide the number of layers and number of layers and number of neurons for that particular TDNN architecture, and also that bottleneck layer size. That also we need to decide. Then coming to the dropout. So it's always better if our network is bigger and our data is less, not so that it's not over, so that our network not overfit on that data. We should maybe we can try with dropout also. So in Kaldi there are provisions to use dropout in the TDNN network. So but we can schedule the dropout. That means over the whole process of the training, we no need to use similar kind of same dropout. We can actually we can change the dropout in some interval. Now if we check that dropout, I hope all of you know what is dropout is. So in the simple manner, dropout is to cut some of the neurons from the network so that our models don't overfit. If the network is overfitting, then we can just cut some of the neurons with some probability on every epoch, and that is called a dropout. Now actually here in TDNN, the TDNN that the way they do dropout scheduling is a bit different. So maybe we can understand. Let's understand that. Now you can see this thing like 0, 0 at the rate 0, 2.0, like that it is there. So what it means actually, first 0 and last 0, it means is that while starting of the neural network training, the dropout will be 0, and while ending of the TDNN network, the dropout will be 0. Now then, what about this at the rate? Now, in Kaldi, they implemented some kind of linear piecewise function to schedule the dropout. So now, if the network will see 20% of the data, at that time also the dropout will be 0. Now this function actually you can change. This is up to our hand only, but I have taken some standard code, so it's depend on the amount of data you want to train. Now at 20% of data training, what is the dropout? It should be 0. And then from the 50% of the data, it's that the training will be, the dropout should be 0.5. And in between that 0.2% to 0.50%, in between whatever the data range will be there, it will be linearly interpolate from 0 to 0.5. So that way actually they schedule the dropout. Then they use some kind of L2 regulation also in for each layer, but for each layer that the L2 regulation parameter is different. When we can see that script, we can get that. Then number of chunk per mini batch. So I hope all of we know about the mini batch. So what we need to do is that if we have, for example, we have 100. Just example, we have one in our whole database, we have 100 frames. Then we can take the mini batch to train the model. Let's say if our mini batch size is 10, then to train our whole model at one epoch, we need to train 10 times in the 10 iteration, because our number of the frames is 100. Our mini batch size is 10, so 100 divided by 10, so we need to go for 10 iterations. So once we go to the 10 iteration, it will complete one epoch. So that is the concept of epoch. So now why actually they put 128,64? Because they will try to take mini batch size of 128 every time. But in some cases, for some occurrences may not be possible, that at that time they will try to take 64, that using remaining part. So that way actually they schedule that. And then for learning rate also, that we can set initial learning rate for some epoch, and then final learning rate for some other epoch. So that way also we can do. Now whatever this learning rate we are specifying here, it is large one. For maybe for small data we can use maybe large learning rate, or if we have large amount of data, maybe we can learn slowly, and maybe we can keep our learning rate small. That way I can try. And then epoch, in Kaldi actually the concept of epoch is a bit different compared to whatever we generally use in PyTorch, and whatever I discussed a few seconds before about the epoch. When the whole model will, when the training data, all the training data when the model will see all the training data, that is called one epoch for all the data they will see to get the update. But for Kaldi, the same concept, but they use some kind of called frame subsampling factor. Now if we specify epoch in that in Kaldi script, it is 10, then actually it is 10 into multiplied by same frame subsampling factor, because they actually reshuffle the data and train 3 times. Like if our frame subsampling factor is 3, then they will do 3 times of reshuffle, and then they will train on that same amount of data 3 times. So if our training, if our epoch is 10, then our actual epoch actually it is 30. So that is you can read actually in that Kaldi documentation about that. So now this is about the config file, and what criteria, like what loss function Kaldi, that TDNN modeling tried to optimize. So for that, Kaldi use one criteria called lattice-free maximum mutual information criteria, LFMMI. So this LFMMI is not the frame level objective. So generally, while when we train some emotional recognition or any other thing, what we do generally, or any other things we do, that is called a frame level entropy, frame level objective function. We do cost entropy function. So, but in LFMMI is not like that. LFMMI is here it mentioned the log probability of the correct phone sequence is used as the objective function. So this is called a sequence training method, a sequence discriminative training method in Kaldi. So for that also one paper is there. You can read about this whole criteria. If you paste this lattice-free maximum mutual information plus then POVI in Google, you will get this paper information. Okay, then we need to run the model. Before running the model, in Kaldi, one script is there which is called get easiest. So using that get easiest, we need to generate the examples. That means we need to randomly reshuffle the data, and each epoch it will take the subset of data and then do the training. So for that actually we need to do that easiest generation, and then we need to train the model. And there are these config files will be there. We do CMVN, and for iVector also we have that config. So these are a few important points while training the model. So it's better actually if we keep our GPU in exclusive mode. There is command is there to use GPU in exclusive mode, and we'll use the GPU for one job only at a time. And we can use this GPU wait to GPU yes. You'll see this this argument in that script. And if you have more number of GPUs, if you have 3 GPUs, then you can put like that, like CUDA feasible device equal 0, 1, 2. If you have 3 GPUs, if you have 2 GPUs, then it will be 0 and 1, like that. So I think I complete the presentation. Okay.
Sir, Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. So I had a doubt.
Yes,
So
yes, yes, yes.
you mentioned about the speed perturbed and volume perturbed data. So why is it required? And so what is it? Like, what is it?
Okay, fine. So generally, why actually we do data augmentation is to embed more variability in the training set. So if we embed more variability in the training set, our model will learn better. So that is one point. And another thing from the speed, from the point of view of ASR training, if you use there are several experiments are there. For example, if you have one data set where your volume is normalized, for example, your volume is normalized to some in some range, okay, and if you train that model on that particular very nicely curated data where volumes everything is normalized, and if you train your model on that particular database and another database where your volume variability is too much, maybe you recorded through headphone or other different acoustic environment you recorded, and if you train on that particular set of data, that data set 2 where more variability is there in terms of volume, then actually you're learning more or better for that network, okay. And there are experiments are there where actually they showed that from these two database, if you train the model, then this database 2 will give better robustness compared to the database 1. Now, if we have some kind of database where all the volumes are normalized, so that's why actually if we do some kind of volume perturbation, then we'll get more variability so that our network will run better. So that's a reason.
Thank you, sir. And sir, the I vector dimension, sir, you mentioned it as 100. Sir, is it like, can we change it? Like, what up to how much we should change it?
Yes, we can change. Actually, in case of speaker verification, people generally use 400, but for training ASR model, like to reduce that computing power, actually that they showed that 100 is also okay. You can increase the 100 to 200 also, but that again you will be needed. Because this one issue is there in Kaldi, that current version of the Kaldi is that we don't have GPU implementation of the iVectors. So some third-party implementation is there, but Kaldi, that Denpobi, that implementation we don't have for GPU. So for training iVector in CPU is very intensive actually. It takes lots of time. So that is one problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir. The iVector 100 dimension is like a frame level or so you have mentioned that this is for like a speaker verification kind of thing, like it will merge the entire waveform into one structure, like
one
so
structure.
Like it is frame level or sentence level.
Yeah, actually that is a good point. Actually, like in Kaldi, what they do, what they did, they have actually two types of thing they experimented. But whatever we are working here, that is called online iVector extraction. So online means like, for example, if you have one utterance. Okay, there are two implementation actually. One is online, one is offline. So if it is offline, then we'll just take whole utterance and do the just concatenating. But there are one called online iVector. So in that actually what we can do is, for example, we are at frame 10 and we have 100 frames, for example, okay, and we are now at frame 10. So what we'll do generally, we'll take only that 10 frames and then we extract the vectors and then we pad. So that is actually that two kinds of implementations are there.
Sir, one question. Like you are mentioning about the online and offline. So when it comes to the training, it is only offline mode. When it comes to inference, we have both online and like offline steps. So for the training, we can access the entire utterances. Like
yes, we can do actually. Yeah, we can do that also. Okay. Is there any other question?
Yeah, can you explain again about the criteria in the configuration file related to lattice? So
Okay, this one.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, okay. Okay, actually, here regarding that the latest pre one, now maybe again I'll be required some diagram to explain all those things. But what I'm telling is that whatever the objective function generally we use, what we do, we have maybe 100 frames, okay, and then for each 100 frames we'll have some kind of levels, okay, and we do that any kind of loss function, maybe binary, maybe cost entropy loss function. What we'll do, we'll use that frame level subtraction and then do that maybe in the simple manner. But here they don't do that way in Kaldi. And they mention is that compared to this frame level objective function, this LFMMI is more beneficial compared to that. So they actually do what they do. They compute the log probability of whatever the correct phone sequences are there, okay, and that they take as a loss function. So they have some kind of what is called that some ratios are there. In that ratio they compute, they actually build one phone level language model, and from that phone level language model they try to build that criteria. So, okay, maybe you can just read that thing.
Yeah, I think that will be better.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you. At a high level, it's okay.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. So once again, let me discuss with another presenter. Yeah.
Shishir, would you take some 30 seconds to restart, to start talking? If so, I will
Yes, sir. Actually, we are configuring that server.
Okay,
server.
then
Yes.
allow me to. Can you just stop presenting? I want to say.
Yes,
take
yes,
that,
sir.
yes, introduce.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Since they need some thing, so let me share. Introduce today's speakers, the Dr. Shishir Kalita and Shruti B.S. The Dr. Kalita did his PhD at IIT Guwahati, and right now he is engaged. I don't know whether it is. Are you able to see it? I am not sure about that. Right now,
No, sir.
no, you are not able to see, right?
Arms up, sir. Arms up. Arms up.
Yeah, are you seeing our shot? Are you seeing this? Let me just go back.
Yes, sir. I'm sure. Yes.
Let me share a tab. Which tab? Just a minute. Sponsors. That's right. You are able to see the arm shot, right now. Okay.
Yes,
anyway,
yes.
it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's coming. So, Dr. Shishir Kalita and Shruti B.S., the speakers of today's afternoon session, are currently with the Armsoft Tech company, and they are also one of the sponsors of this virtual summer school. So I wanted to thank Armsoft Tech for sponsoring this school. Over. Back to you, Shishir.
Hello. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for that, sir. Okay. So actually, currently we are that configuring that GCP server, because we need to create some 12 instances for all the participants. So what we are planning is that for each group, we'll create one instance, and we'll train the model there. So first we need to train our GMM model, because that will not be there, or we can copy from other VM also, but we'll try to train that the GMM, and then we'll try to train the TDNN model. Just 1 minute, you just give us. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now what we'll do, just I'll share my screen again.
Yes, please.
Okay. 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 Here you can see this. Jagabandu, we have created now 3 instances, right, in that Kaldi Windows group, project group.
Yes, we are created 3 instances.
Okay.
So this group 3.1, I think that image creation is running. That's why it is running over there. So
okay. So now you are installing
group two. I think group 2 we are not installing. Group 2 the TDNN is running.
Group 2 that TDNN is running. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
Hello, Shishir.
Yes.
Yeah, probably we can show them that how to install the cloud SDK, right, in their mission.
That thing. Yeah, that we can show.
Okay.
This group 3 instance is created now. Okay.
So, yeah. Hello. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should
Shall I
I
tell
stop
them,
my-
Shishir? Yeah. Or you can show it there only, or it's.
Yes.
It will be, I think, better, sir, you can stop and Shruti ma'am can.
Yeah, that will be better.
From there, it will be better.
Yeah, that will be better. Yeah.
So, hello everybody. So now I'm just going to show you how to install this SDK in your local machines. So SDK is very much needed to be in your machines to communicate with the Google Cloud account. Okay, so I'll just be presenting my screen. Yeah, I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Deepak sir has shared some time back, like how to install this Google Cloud in Windows. So if you have seen his PPTs or PDFs, so you will get to know how to install it in Windows. But in Linux it is the same thing, but it's little much easier since we have terminal. Because in Windows I think you need to install putty and WinSCP and all. So in Google Cloud in Linux is relatively easier. So I think first you have to install this SDK tools in your local machine. So I'll just show you how to install this SDK tools. So So you need to go to this website, that is cloud.google.com SDK docs install. I have just I've given this link in the. I'll just share the PPT. So if you go here, so here you can see that there are instructions for installing Google Cloud SDK on different kinds of machines like Windows, Mac, and Ubuntu and Linux. So currently we'll select this Linux tab. And I think you all will be having this Python 3, and the required version for this Google Cloud is from 3.5 to 3.8, and Python 2 also will do, but the version should be higher than 2.7. So you can just check your Google Python version.
Shruti ma'am, one thing. Okay, so what we can do, right? Like maybe we can share those links, whatever you open there, no? So that parallelly they.
Or they can parallelly do, right?
They can parallelly, yeah.
So maybe I'll just put this in. Paste this in command chat box. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So in your browser, you have to type this link. So if you would see this is the page, and now depending upon your mission, like if it is a 64-bit or 32-bit, you have to download this image. You can see the package, right? So you can download it, like you can click on this and download, or alternatively, if you want to use the terminal and download. So there are 3 different commands here for your 64-bit machine and 32-bit machine. So I think if most of you are having 64-bit, you can just if you click on here, and you can it will download. Else you can type this in terminal.
Sorry.
So after, yeah.
How did we get this down? We started from?
I started from this one, sir. Like in the command in the chat box, I've pasted this cloud.google.com.
Yeah, we went there. And then.
So after going there, you should see the page will be like this. So this is the page, sir. I hope you have got this page, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So when you come down, you will see Linux here.
Okay.
Under this installation instruction, Linux. Yeah. And then if you just go to the point number 2, you will see the Linux packages for different machines, like 64-bit, 32-bit, and all. So probably I think this one you can select if your machine is 64-bit. So the first one you can click on, sir, and you can save it in probably in your home folder. So I think so it should you will get an image like this if you are able to see. If you have saved that image, save that folder, you will be getting something like tar.gz file in your home. So after downloading this one, you have to untar this one. So for that, so you just have to do this tar-xzvf, and if you just type Google and you press the tab wherever you have placed the file, then that should untar your Google Cloud SDK.
Where to type this?
So yeah, are you able to go to this google.com SDK docs page, install?
Actually, ma'am, I have downloaded the file.
Yeah. So okay, yeah, you have downloaded the file. Probably you would have downloaded in home folder, right?
Yes, yes.
So please go to home folder, then open a terminal.
Okay.
And there in terminal you can give tar-xzvf and so whatever the tar.gz, if you give, it will download. Sorry, it will untar. So this should be okay, I think, right? So shall I move on to the next?
Madam, hello,
yes.
Madam.
Okay, no. We'll go slowly.
Actually, getting some error that Google cannot open no such file or directory.
So were you able to download this tar.gz file?
Actually, it shows home/sajal. So that means I have to put in home or
No, okay. So when you gave that save command, no? So save button when you press, you would have selected some directory, is it? If it is in home Sajal, just go to home Sajal and see if that google.tar.gz file is present there. Just check where that google.tar file is present, in which folder.
actually in I put ls there it shows that google.tar file is there.
Okay, so and that is which is that folder? Just do pwd. You will get to know where that folder is. Which is that folder? So, Amrut, what is the error?
Same here.
Cannot. Okay, you would have saved the file, right? Amrut, have you saved the file in the home directory? In downloads, you have, okay. So just go to downloads. So suppose you have saved in downloads, then go to downloads. So wherever that tar.gz file is there, then there you open your terminal and press the untar command. Okay, and Shanti, I think you have to give that complete. If you just give tab, no, tab, you will get that. Okay, just a minute.
Madam, it is asking which cloud project to use, which one to. Hello.
Which cloud project?
No, yes. Pick cloud project to use.
No, I think this instructions are still there. I think I don't think you will get now only that one. So have you untarred it, sir?
Yes, I have untarred and installed it.
Okay.
After installation, asking pick the cloud project to use. ASRIITDH.
Oh, 1 second, sir. So after untarring, so have you you have to run this 5th command, that is option 5 is there, no sir? That command you have to run.
Yes.
So just a minute, I'll just clarify this doubt and I'll just
okay.
So Amrut, like untar unsuccessful you're getting. So are you giving are you giving something like this? You have to untar this file. So if you have saved this file in your download directory, go to download directory and open the terminal. Okay. Okay. I hope everybody has untarred that successfully. Okay. I think I'll just and after that you have to do this 5th in point number 5. You have this Google Cloud SDK install.sh, right? So please copy this command. Tanmay, I didn't get that this one. No module found. Where exactly you are getting? Tanmay? Okay, somebody has entered in the chat box. The module is not found.
Ma'am, after running the / install script, I got this error.
So is it after running this 5th command?
Yes.
Are you going in the same directory where you have untagged?
Yes, yes.
It happening, maybe they have not extracted that file. After downloading, you need
So
to
was the
extract that.
tar successful?
Yes, that Antar was successful. Yes.
Antar was successful, no?
Yes.
Okay. So probably can you just delete that and do it again?
Okay.
So I don't know whether that download was not proper or your extraction was not proper.
Ma'am, APJ option is coming. Do you want to help to improve the Google Cloud SDK? Should I say yes, ma'am?
Okay. Sometimes if the downloaded
linked.
files are not okay. So yeah, Tanmay, please check that. Once you can delete that and download it again.
Yes, ma'am, I'm trying.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Sai Ganesh, are you also getting that error?
No. This issue comes if this libdev is not installed.
Okay. So then
Excuse
sudo
me, ma'am,
apt-get install libdev we have to do. Yes.
Hi, actually, I have untarred it, but it's asking me enter a path to an RC file to update or leave blank to use. So what do I do with this?
Leave blank, press blank.
Okay.
So this is you have installed that, and then you have which all commands have you run? So this install command is over, right?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
So just press enter. Just press enter. So I hope everybody have what I have to. Okay, I think Shweta, it's done. I think no. You're okay. So till here, I think everybody would have got it right. Yeah. So
yes,
okay. So after this, go to the command number 6 and run gcloud init. That command, please copy that.
Madam, please increase the font size of your terminal so that it will be visible.
Font size 12 to 16.
Okay. Is everybody able to get this on their terminals?
Yes, madam. Then what to do actually?
Yeah. Please press 1.
Yeah. Also, it is done.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah.
So now, are you able to see your login ID here?
Yes.
Your email IDs?
Yes.
Okay. So I think you can log in with that.
And after that, actually, it is asking some cloud project like ASRII, DTS,
Yes.
and which
One
one
minute.
to use?
Yeah. I'll just show you. Jagabandhu? Jagbandhu? Shishish?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So Jagbandhu has activated that one. I don't know.
What?
Jagbandhu. Can I go into that first one? Is my voice audible?
Yeah, I think you should read the second one.
Second one, right? Okay. So just click no. So hello.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah, tell me.
So, ma'am, which option do I have to choose? Here is given that Kaldi Windows and create a new project.
Okay.
In the terminal.
So I just a minute. I think see now we have two accounts here. One is ASR Summer School ASR 1 and Summer School ASR 2. So I think depending on your groups, they would have put you into either of these accounts. Suppose if you have if on your terminal, if you are seeing this like how I am showing you here, this ASR IITTH or ASR IITTH 31973, if you are seeing this screen, go to 2. And if you are seeing that another screen like Kaldi Windows is there, so you select Kaldi Windows. Jagbandhu, that should be fine, right? Jagbandhu? Hello?
Yeah, you are asking something?
Okay. I just told them that all the participants are you able to see my screen, Jagbandhu?
Yeah, your screen I am able to see, but it is blank, no?
You're not able to see the terminal?
Yeah. Now I can able to see the terminal.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the thing is, like all the participants have been divided into different groups, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So now since we have created that two mail IDs for them in Google Cloud, so one is that Summer School ASR 1 and Summer School ASR 2. So
Okay.
all these groups, I think we have around 12 groups, I think, right? Or 11
Yeah,
groups.
we have 11 groups. So
Yeah.
1 to 6 will be in the first project. So
Yeah.
they should get access of around, I think, Kaldi Windows.
Yeah.
The
So project number, group number.
Project name called Kaldi Windows.
Kaldi Windows, huh?
Okay. So yeah, and inside
Group.
that they have to use their instance with respect to this group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. I think hyphen GPU.
So, maybe first I'll tell them that projects to go. Then later once
from
I'll
7
tell them.
from 7 to 11 they have ASR,
Yes.
that one whatever I have.
Yeah. So if you know your group number, or you can see on the terminal. Okay, so you can see on the terminal. This is for group 2, I think. So you have to press this 2, ASR IITDH 319713. Okay, and if you are in the first
US is the East one.
Yeah, if you are in the other group, so you can go to Kaldi Windows. So I'll just type here Kaldi Windows is one project. If you're seeing, please select that. And the other project is ASR IITDH.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. For me, it's not showing anything, ma'am. It's just showing like this account has no projects.
Yeah, same with me also.
No, this you're getting in the terminal, is it?
Yes, ma'am. I'm getting in the terminal.
Maybe you just.
I think is Jeevan not added
maybe
in the list?
that may be one reason. Otherwise, you just do ginit again and close your browser.
Jeevan, just try the ginit again.
Yeah.
Just close your browser. Just close
Okay,
your
ma'am.
terminal and type the last command again. Ginit command is there.
Again.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, try type that again. Let us see. Like
Jagabandu, you check that whether Jeevan is added or not.
Yes.
Jeevan, meanwhile you can just adjust. You can just type no. N you can type for that.
Ma'am, even for me, like.
Yeah, who are not getting, please send your mail ID in chat. So maybe Jagbandhu can just check. Yeah, Sai Ganesh, I think
I was getting option like project for the US East 1, US East 1C, US East.
Yeah. 1 second. Sai Ganesh, I think these are your projects, I think, no? So, Jagbandhu, Sai Ganesh also is not getting.
Yes, I can't see the
Yeah,
ASR.
you
I can
can't
see my
the
projects.
ASR projects, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, please enter your mail ID. Okay. So I think only Sai Ganesh, Jeevan, and one more person.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I'm still getting the same error,
But
ma'am. I'll just send the mail ID.
Samana, if you're getting ASR IITDH that one, no, 3919, you have to select that project. Okay, so Kaldi Windows is in another for another group. So you will either get Kaldi Windows option or this ASR IITDH 319713 option. So if you are getting either of this, you select them. So Krishna Datta, you can select Kaldi Windows.
Ma'am, what about configuring a default compute region and zone?
Press no.
Ma'am, it's also not showing anything for me. I think my email is not.
Avnish, press no for that. Amrut also press no for that default compute region.
Yeah, Senpai, you are asking something. Have you got the mail?
Yes, but I don't have a Gmail there, so maybe that is why I cannot log in.
Yeah, so you can.
So I
You
have
can
shared
send.
my Gmail right now. Should
Yeah, it may
I
take.
share it
It
in the
may take
chat?
some time. It may take some time. You have to add that. Then only you can able to access.
Jagabandhu, should I share my Gmail?
Yeah, you can share, mail us, because if you share in the chat, we can't suddenly do that. No, you can send us through Gmail. We will enable it. Okay.
Fine.
It will take some time to enable. Okay.
Fine.
So.
Sisi sir, you were asking something.
It's okay. Actually, we deleted something. Yeah.
Yeah, that only
The domain name problem was there.
Yeah. So they can send their Gmail ID. Then you can.
Yeah. So
please don't send the Gmail IDs in the mailbox. Please mail us. Then only we can do that.
Okay.
So please send your mail IDs. I think Mahesh. Mahesh, I think you got default compute region is no. N you have to type. Okay. So I think Jeevan and Sai Ganesh and who else?
Arun, ma'am.
Arun, right? So okay,
Yes,
three of you are not able to see it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, like I got this other one, like it says pick configuration to use, the above one, yeah. 1, 2, yeah.
Please press 1.
Okay. Okay.
So are you able to see the project?
No. Even then, no.
Even then, no? Okay. So maybe you can just mail to Jagabandhu.
Yeah, I have mailed to Lalandram around 2:20. So he added me in group number 7.
Okay. Okay.
Even then,
No,
this
then
the issue.
then you
So
have to
I think it
accept,
will
no?
take
I
some
mean,
I
time.
have, Jagabandhu, I have accepted it.
you have accepted it. Then
Yes, yes.
you at least the same mail ID you have logged in here.
Yes, the same.
So
You
can
have
you just close your terminal and open a new terminal and check
and
again? Try
yeah,
again?
Yeah. Okay.
Shanti, you had something? You raised the hand. Is it fine, Shanti? Like you're able
It
to?
was by it was
Huh.
by mistake, Shruti.
Okay. Okay. No
I
problem.
will. Yeah. Actually, in my end, there is some issue going on, like with the operating system.
Oh,
So
okay.
I will
Okay.
pick,
Okay.
no problem, and it will.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Thank you so much, Shruti.
Okay. Okay. So I think okay, you can. It might take some time after sending mail and enabling it also. So it still you can just close the terminal and open it again and do the init settings and check again if there's such problem. It might take some time.
Even though it's the same thing, I tried.
Okay. Okay. So I think Jagbandhu, it might take some time now for these three people. Like if they have not got it.
No, I don't know. Actually, we have to check that part.
So
If
yeah,
they got the mail
or
and they have enabled that,
yeah,
then that should show that to that project name, that should show to them.
yeah.
Okay,
We
at
can
least
do one thing. If by the end of the session, if they have not got it,
we will
maybe
go
we
for
can contact
a
Rajat.
breakout session and see. Yeah,
Yeah. So
the
we
breakout
can.
session we will see.
Yeah. So we can just contact the Rajat or Anirudh, and maybe we can just check that. Okay. Yeah. So your Ajit. Yes. Okay. I'll tell you that. So yeah, I think now apart from the 3 or 4 people, all must have got like this. Your terminal is showing something like this, right? So now you just have to go to your browser.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
There is option. Do you want to configure in the default compute region zone?
No. Type no. N you type.
Okay, ma'am.
So you can type.
Okay, ma'am. Right now it's showing that your Google Code SDK is configured and ready to use, ma'am.
Ready to use, no? Okay. So now you have to go to your browser, and in the chat box I've sent you one link. So can you
Okay, ma'am.
just copy that and paste it?
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Yeah, Amrit. Amrit, now it is fine for you? Hello? Okay, fine. Yeah. So if you have gone into that link page, you would have something like this in your browser. I hope everybody are able to see this.
Madam, is it possible to increase the font size of your browser so that it can be visible? Oh, yeah, it's okay.
So Jagbandhu? Yes, okay. So Jagbandhu,
Yeah, please.
yeah. So now I'll be showing them the browser. So I think in the browser we have to log into that ASR 1 or ASR 2, right?
Yeah.
So I think shall I log into ASR 1 and show them? And
Yeah.
okay,
You
no?
can show.
Okay. So in this Google account, yes.
Shruti ma'am, before that, you show them like if they will log in, no, then what they will see, because they will not see that one, no, so they will see this one only, like that.
Okay.
I know from your only first, so.
Okay, so it means with the gcloud command, I'll type and show them. That's what you're telling, no, Shishir? Okay.
Yes.
So.
We got choice top products compute engine. Should we click on compute engine?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, before that, you have to go into that this one summer school. So I'll just tell you. So I'll just tell you, sir. So you have to type one command for that. Shishir or Jagbandhu. So I'll take now currently group 7 only.
Fine.
That should be fine, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. So just a minute. Yes. So.
Ma'am, can you repeat? How did you copy the command?
Yes. 1 minute. I'll be showing that. So actually, if when you go in to this, no, so probably are you able to see here? Here, if you are in Kaldi windows, are you able to see that Kaldi windows, or if you?
No, ma'am. I have the same screen as you.
Same.
The same project.
Same project, right? So if you go to compute, so in the search box, just type compute engine.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
Okay, so if you press compute engine, so you should be able to see something what I'm seeing here.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, are you able to see this?
Ma'am,
I think you will be in different groups. 1 minute. I think see there are there are 6 groups, right? So if you so according to whichever group you will be, so you will see the project here. So if you are in Kaldi windows, if you have selected Kaldi windows, you should be able to see Kaldi windows there. Otherwise, you should see this ASR ITDH here. Are everybody able to see this one?
Yes.
Yes, no. So I think there should be no. Yeah, I think everybody have got this, I think, no? Okay. So what you're seeing here is, so this is the instances. This is the virtual machine instances which we have created. So you can see the name group 7-7 GPU, or in your account, whichever group they have created. So that group you can see. So, and if you will find something, if you just scroll like this here, you will find something called as this SSH, connect SSH. So is everybody able to see this connect SSH?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So there is a, if you click on this drop down box, you can see this Google Cloud command here. View G Cloud command. Are you able to see this? Everybody? Hello? Okay, fine.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay, fine. So you just click on this view G Cloud command and you will find on command here. So what you have to do is you just have to select this whole thing and copy this.
Ma'am, can you repeat the step?
Yes. So
Can you repeat the step?
yes, I'm telling you. So if you have opened this browser and you have seen the project here. So I don't know who asked this one. Oh, okay. So are you able to see this one? To somebody who just asked now. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I
Yes,
able
no?
to see.
Okay. So if you just scroll it like this, you will be able to see this SSH connect. You saw connect. There is a heading called as connect. Under that there is SSH. So and there,
Yes, ma'am.
there is a drop down button here. If you click on that, you will find something called as view G Cloud command.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so then you press that one. So here you will have this G Cloud command. Did you see that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes, no? So you can just copy this one, select this first, select this, copy this. Were you able to copy that one?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So then on your terminal, you just paste that command.
Madam, after pasting the command, it is telling you do not currently have this command group installed. Using it requires the.
Okay. So yeah, here what is the in your page, in your browser page, what is the group you are seeing? Group name?
7 and 8.
Group 7 and 8, no?
Yeah.
So okay, for which you have taken the SSH command?
Group 7.
Group 7, no? So what it is telling? So have you after pasting, what it is telling?
It is telling you do not currently have this command group installed. Full stop. Using it requires the installation of the components beta. And I'm pasting it in the chat box. You can see the mark.
Maybe sir, like if we continue, it actually installs the beta command. That's what had happened for me. Yeah.
Madam.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Here
Yeah.
only group 2 and 3 is
Yeah.
showing.
Okay.
So
If
how
it
to
is
know?
yes, 1 minute. If it is showing group 2 or group 3, so just probably select that group, go to the SSH command of that group, whichever group, say group 2, and you copy that SSH view Google G Cloud command and you paste it in your terminal.
But then it shows that the command gcloud not found, but it can be installed with sudo.
Sajal, one suggestion: you just close your
Close
command
the
prompt and open
terminal.
it again.
Yeah. Okay. Do one thing. Just close your terminal. If whoever has this problem, close your terminal, open a new terminal, and type the SSH command.
Okay.
Okay. So Aditya, I gave S for that install and I got warning.
No
So
issue. Just put enter, enter.
Aditya, yeah, press enter. Yes, Sairam, probably you can close the your terminal and open a new terminal and press the gcloud command.
There is a option is coming. G cloud beta command. Should I accept yes or no?
No, sorry, please tell me again. What?
There is a option for yes and no for G cloud beta command. After I enter that command in my terminal.
Do you want to continue? Yes. So, Jagvantu, can you just paste it in the chat box?
Okay, ma'am.
What is the problem?
No. There is an option for yes and no. After I pasting the command, when I run.
Maybe if you paste in chat box, like it can be easy to.
No, I mean it is executing. There is an option for yes and no after running the command in the terminal.
You put yes.
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
you
okay.
can put.
Ma'am, it's asking for a passphrase.
Enter, enter,
enter. Enter.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. I just put the thing. I closed the terminal and again I paste the command. Then I got such type of things. I put it in chat box.
Okay. So, where is this one
Not
only, right?
installed. I think he had not installed it properly.
Command gcloud. Okay, if you have installed it properly, you should not be getting this. But I think you can do this one, right, Jagbantu? Sudo
Sudo
snap.
that one.
You can do
Sudo
and
snap install Google Cloud SDK also you can
so,
do.
Sajal, you can do this. Probably you have not installed that properly, and that's why you are getting that. So do that command which is suggested. No, sudo snap install Google Cloud SDK. Yeah, Krishna Datta.
So I got an error.
Ma'am, there is an option enter passphrase, ma'am.
Press enter.
Okay.
1 minute. Samana could not add SSH to instance metadata. The user does not have access. Samana, like which one, which group your SSH you are doing? What are you seeing on your browser? You can type it or group 7, right? So that the same group command, SSH command, SSH view gcloud command, you have typed it. Okay. So and it. 1 second. Where's yours? Amrut, press enter. Krishna Datta, that is a warning. So then after that, what you got? Are you getting the terminal or what? I didn't get. So yes, Ajit, yes. If you are getting that, then that is okay. Enter same. Press enter, Amrut. And Samana, can you just close your terminal and paste that gcloud command again? Yes, Ajit.
Ma'am, whole process is completed. It's just all completed, ma'am. So
Please wait if your process is completed. So I'll just clear the doubts and then get back. So because there are many of them who have issues. Yes, Amrut. See that will come. You should see what if you are getting whichever group you have chosen. No, that if you are getting that in the terminal, that means your terminal is connected to gcloud account. Samana, is it okay now? Ajit, I think you have any issues? Ajit Nayak? Or is it solved? Okay. So I think Jagbandhu, Samana is getting this. Avnish, yes, press enter. Okay. So Jagbandhu.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, I think Samana is also getting this one, like ask a project owner to plan.
I think it is better we can go for breakout rooms, and we will otherwise all people will ask no one people, it will be difficult to handle. I think I will request Lalaram to initiate breakout rooms, so they are volunteers and we can reach to each group and solve their problems.
Okay, so
Is it fine to you or?
Yeah, that should be fine. So yeah. Fine.
Yeah, okay, then I am initiating the breakout.
Yeah, please Lalaram, please initiate.
Jagbandhu sir.
Yeah, Arun.
Yeah, yes sir. Should I wait for some more time, or is it like when I can access it? Actually, I'm still getting the same error. Zero problems.
You have to give your Gmail ID and you have to wait till you got a mail. Okay.
Okay,
Please
sir.
check your Gmail account.
Yes, ma'am.
No, we have not added till now. Okay.
Oh, okay. This is not
Lalaram,
added.
mute.
Okay, if it is not added, then they will be adding that.
Yeah.
Then it will take some time for it to reflect.
Whoever are mailing their Gmail ID or whoever are not getting access, please mention your group number.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Please
Please
give your mention your group number, and yes, Avnish Bora. Yes, that is your terminal is connected.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Avnish, it's fine. Yeah.
For group 2, what is the pass phase?
Group 2, what is the press enter.
Pass page enter. Pass
press
page.
enter.
There is no pass page.
Only enter.
Yes, Sajid. Press enter.
What will be the password, Jagbandhu?
What password?
No password.
No password.
password,
Krishna Datta, press enter.
It shows updating project SSH metadata.
So, okay, in the end, what you are getting in the terminal, are you getting something like this? So maybe your name and whichever group you have set the command to, if you are getting this group 7-GP or whatever group you have set to, so then that means your terminal is connected to G-Cloud. Yes, Samana, I think you also please mail. Mahesh.
Whoever are not getting, they have to mail. Okay.
Yes.
Madam,
yeah.
Testing something. Please check what is this. This is showing.
Should I initiate the breakout room?
Yes. Lalaram, please do it as soon as possible.
Okay. Sajal, so it should come.
Please
it should
wait.
be. Yeah.
Sajal, please wait. We will go to your group and see what are the things. Okay. Yeah.
Breakout 3, na? Jagabandhu. Okay.
All of you, please accept the invitation.
Sir, can you just assign me to group number 9, sir?
Okay, I'm assigning.
Yeah, hello, sir. Yeah, I was given breakout number two. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
I was given breakout number two, but my group number is 7. Like yesterday it was 8, but
Okay.
today's GPU number is.
Okay, actually your name was in two groups, so that's why. Okay, I'm assigning you into 7. 7, na?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you got a request.
Oh, hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, my group number is 3.
3.
Yes, sir.
Okay. अच्छा छोड़ दो.
Sir, I
Yeah.
just asked for group number 9, sir.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Arun.
Can you do it again? Cloud it. Yeah.
तुमको किसमें हो?
मैं ठीक हूँ, कृष्णा दत्ता को डाल दो.
Hello, Lararam.
Hello, yeah.
Can you connect me to group 7?
Group 7. Okay.
Breakout 7. Sorry.
Okay, okay.
Sir, can you please put me in group number 6? I've been put in group number 1 by mistake.
Okay, okay.
Group 6, please. Yes.
That is required, yeah.
Okay. Install from, I mean, install from start.
Group, okay. From 7
Okay.
to 8, 7 to 11, we have not given the service account detail. That's why we have
Okay.
Hello, Shenapai, Zoli, Kavana, Nandini. Is there any problem? Hello, Shenapai, are you not able to connect in the group?
Yes, sir. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Siti sir, I think in group number 4. Okay, so then in which group I can assign? Oh. Earlier you was in?
Hello, Raghuram? Yes,
Yes.
earlier I was in 4.
So, may I assign you in the same group or
The
different?
same group actually is done.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So, 5th I am assigning Jagbandhu and 6th, in 6th I am assigning you, Shishi.
Okay, okay.
No, a different one. I am assigning a different one.
It should have not come. I mean, it should have not come. No password is required here.
Sir, kindly connect me to group 9.
Group 9, okay.
Can you, Krishna virtual?
So, have you done all these things or have you any problem?
Paste that one again.
Exam?
Sir, yeah, for me, there's no problem actually. I'm
Okay.
done with the
Yeah, this one.
execution.
Okay, okay. Azit, have you done? Hello. Those who are in the main room, is anybody have any problem?
No problem.
Yeah, have you done?
Yeah, I've already done. So that's why I came back from break.
Okay, so in your group, everybody have done or not?
I think everybody has done.
Okay. So otherwise, those who have done, you can help to others also. Azit, Sajal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so have you done?
Actually, right now in my terminal, it shows Sajal @group 2 GPU. That means I'm in now.
Yeah. That means you are in. You can check by typing ls command. So suppose by typing the ls command, the same directory is showing you that you have the directories which are belong to your system. It shows that
After typing ls, it shows same. Nothing is there.
yeah, that means you are in.
So that means there no file is showing.
Yeah. So because there is no file now. So
okay.
So those who are in main room, all of you done or anybody have any issue?
Yes, sir. I'm asked to wait because we have not been provided service account ID.
Sorry, Shantanu.
Sir, we are asked to wait. We have not
Sorry.
been provided a service account user ID.
Okay, so you are from IIT Hyderabad, no?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm from
Okay.
University of Mysore.
Sorry.
University of Mysore, sir.
Okay, so your email ID is not correct. What happened? Actually, I am not get it actually correctly.
Actually, sir, as Jagvandhu sir mentioned,
Yeah.
the group of people from second group, that is the group 6 to 11, have not got the service account user ID.
Okay.
All people are facing the same problem.
So you have
As
not got a mail, huh, from our side.
I have got the mail, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Then
But
you will be able to open the console.
Nanaram, actually that problem is that whatever the role we have assigned, so that role we need to actually upgrade. So that will do.
Okay.
That will do. Yes.
Fine. So, Shishir, have you assigned in other group?
Yeah, you can do. No issue.
Yeah. Okay.
So how to go back to my own terminal, and suppose I want to go back to my own terminal, then what to do?
You can close the terminal and you can open that terminal, new terminal.
Okay.
So that one until you have not putting that command Google Cloud, that long command that you are copying from the browser.
Okay.
So until you are not putting that command, you are not in the cloud.
Now every time I put that command, I will be
Yeah.
in.
Suppose you want to access the Google Cloud, you need to put that command and then only you can enter the Google command terminal.
So for how many days it will be activated?
I think we have activated for this workshop only because that required money.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe after that we close that. So
But
after that, suppose
individually,
you want to work, independently you want to work, then you need to access these resources.
but individually, can I able to make some model within these days?
Just a
Or
second, Sajal, just a second. अभी किसमें थे ये? 3 में डाल दूं? Yes, Sajal.
yes,
Sajal?
sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yeah, you can.
I am telling, suppose I have some data. So in this way, I can run my own model in this GPU, or
Sorry, I am not get it.
we are provided some GPU access for this
Okay.
workshop time. So
Yeah.
so someone can run in between time his own model, or we have to depend on you because we don't have any permission to.
Yeah,
create all.
no, you can create your own account and you can access the Google Cloud server in that account, and then
Okay.
you can run your model.
Okay.
Suppose until the workshop we have created these accounts, and there we have accessing the service. So
Okay.
after the workshop, you can create your own account and create access this service from your work.
Okay.
Yeah. So anybody else getting any error?
Sir,
Yeah. Yeah, Susmita.
actually, sir, I was doing in Windows.
Yeah. Okay.
So, sir, I'm facing the errors. I just
Yeah.
pasted
So
it.
in the Windows, I think process is different. Just a minute. Actually, process is for Windows operating system. The process is different. You need to install some other things.
No, I did that, sir. The same page from which Ubuntu was done by others, so I did
Yeah.
for Windows.
Yeah.
But
Then
so I'll just paste the error that I'm getting.
Hello. So here, like any one of you have issues?
yeah, Susmita, I think Susmita have some issue.
Shushmita. Okay.
Yeah,
Shushmita.
she is installing in Windows. So she getting some.
Oh, you're installing in Windows, Shushmita.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So there is like, do you have that putty terminal and all?
Pardon, ma'am.
Okay. Actually, the procedure is little bit different.
Yes, ma'am. I did according to the you asked to do for Ubuntu the same way I did for Windows. So apart from that, so
Okay.
what else, ma'am? What else do I need to do?
So what is the issue you are getting? Have you pasted
Ma'am, I
in
just
chat
yes,
box?
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so that yeah, that beta is getting installed, right? Gcloud components.
But then after that, another command prompt opens, and there again another thing. I'll just
So
paste it here.
after this is completed, that Gcloud has is it been completed?
No, ma'am.
Please wait. Then let it complete. Then we will see.
It's asking, do you want to continue? Yes or no?
Yes, you continue. So apart from like anybody has any issue? So if it is there, probably you can type in
No.
chat.
Yes. What should we do next? We are waiting.
Sorry, what?
Actually logged in successfully. So then what to
Uh-huh.
do? We are waiting.
Yeah. So yeah, after that, I'll just show you how to create an instance. So for that, yeah, I think everybody should be back from their breakout rooms. And so if like everybody have no issues, so then probably I can start. I can just show you. So just please let us wait for a few minutes. Hello, sir. Yes, actually, I'm just waiting for them to come back from the breakout rooms. So, like if I think still some more people are yet to come.
Yeah.
Shishir, Jagabandhu is not there, right? I think.
Oh,
let us wait for a few minutes. Just now the message was there in the.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll just wait till all of them come back. Then probably then I can continue.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Shruti madam, can you hear me? Okay. Sisi sir, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Ajit.
Yeah. So actually, sir, I was asking. So we are doing some configuration, and this is from in Google Cloud. Is it a paid one or?
Yeah, the ones that we are accessing right now, it is a paid one.
Okay.
The group has paid for the 11, 10, 11.
Okay, sir. So then, sir, after this summer school is over, and this will not be accessible.
Yeah, but you can create a Google account in your name. They'll give you $300 credit.
Okay, so in that way, we have to pay it for again.
You initially you can start with the $300 credit there. That means you can work, use it up to $300. Then you have to pay if you want to work more.
Okay. So then for past few days we can work it in free.
That is right. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Since you already told that in the morning somebody Sishir told that you may get an account. It's easy to get an account, $300 credit also, but getting GPU is a problem. In fact, even for this school, getting a GPU was a serious problem, so they had to escalate it to very high, the top grade. So if you don't get GPU, you cannot use TDNN model.
Okay, sir.
Yes. And for GPU, actually, we need to maybe before 14 days only, if we want to do some work, maybe 14 days before we have to inform to Google. So 14, 15 days, 2 weeks.
Sorry, 14 days in advance or what?
Yeah, in advance. That's what we found, sir.
So we even got the access yesterday, sir.
Yesterday.
Yeah, that's
yeah. So
right.
yesterday evening we got that. So that's what. Whenever if we want GPU in like large quantity, so we need to inform them at least 15 to 20 days in advance. And they have special consideration for academic institutes and such as such. So that also we got to know. So I think everybody have come back from their breakout rooms.
No, actually, some of are getting some error.
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Here, just clarification seeking. So I can always create a separate account in my Gmail account, and I'll get $300 credit. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. It is correct.
Yes, sir.
Sir, $300 per annum or?
One time.
Of course, one time.
Okay, it's one time.
Sir, will that in that this what about our this workshop? whatever we are doing, can we access it? I mean,
Sorry?
say for
I
example,
think we may finish off all the credit, I guess.
Yeah.
Because
so
once
how
you
do
create
we?
an
So
instance,
actually,
it
before
starts
getting the
charging.
$300, we need to put our credit card details. So then after we can access the $300 only.
Yes.
No, I didn't get it. So how do we access this? I mean,
Yeah,
say
first we need to
today's.
create the account.
Okay.
Then we need to put our account credit card detail. So then after
Oh.
completing the registration, then you got the free $300 dollar.
Oh, so now the account that we, I mean, say for example, with my Gmail, I'm accessing this Google, right? This cloud. Oh,
Yeah.
same thing. Can I continue
Yeah, you can. No,
with
actually
all these
now.
resources in my account? Is it possible?
Yeah, actually now I think now you are accessing our resources actually.
Oh, yes.
What account
But
we have
this.
created, now you are accessing that. So suppose you want to,
Oh.
yeah, you want to access own, then you need to create your own account and then you can continue with that.
And
So
this
whatever you are learning there,
resources.
yeah, what,
Please switch off your mic.
sorry, one by one. Then so
So this resource actually, I don't want to lose this one because whatever you're teaching,
yeah,
I
so
mean, we
that's
are
why
getting this thing
that's why
is very
yeah,
good, but we are not
yeah,
able to
that's why
understand.
you
So
are
I think
learning here, na? That's why
Mm.
you are learning here, so that you can replicate that for your own resource. That suppose every that's why uh, we are starting from the scratch. That how you
Uh-huh.
can create the account, how you can create an instance. So
Mhm.
there you can learn all these things, and then after you can create your own account. Then
Oh.
suppose after that also you are getting some problem that you are not able to access, then you can contact us and then we can help after that also.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That is what
Yeah,
we want.
yeah.
Thank you, Laron.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
So that $300 for for the lifetime membership or what? I didn't get that.
First time, suppose whatever the account, first time you are creating the account, then you got that $300. So suppose you want 300 more, then you can create other accounts, then you can get 300 more.
But
And that's why
that
every time you need to create that new account.
that
But
300
you
actually
lose that.
you need to use within 90
As
days.
far as I know, as soon as you create the account, you will get $300, and that $300 depends on it may stay for a long time for 1 year if you are not using it, but if you are using it high configuration, it may end up very quickly. Then that time you have to add your credit card to continue the service with Google deducting the amount from your credit card based on your uses.
No, actually, like when you first open your account, okay, and you give them the credit card details, so they will give you $300, as Sumitra sir mentioned and Lara mentioned, $300 credit to use the Google Cloud, but that you can use within 90 days. That's what they mentioned there in the site. And then they will ask you whether you want to continue or not. If you want to continue, then only they will deduct from your credit card. So you can use debit card as well,
Yeah,
because I
earlier debit
use
card was allowed, but
yeah,
these days
debit card
they are
also
not.
allowed.
But now these days they are asking credit only. I tried many times.
But I did using debit card only.
Yeah, I
I
also
think there
did.
is not debit card is not there, I think.
No, I like for few days before only, like last week
Yeah,
I did.
maybe. Oh, yeah.
Sir, as and when we use it, based on the usage, it deducts automatically or
No,
that's
they will
part.
request, they will ask you like if whether you want to continue or not.
I will request Lalaram, please close the breakout rooms. Let
Okay.
all to join in the main.
Okay.
Sir, I have mailed you my Gmail ID, but I still haven't gotten uh, reply.
To whom?
On
Sorry,
this email
clarify.
ID,
Yeah, to whom?
2020
To whom you are?
21004 @
Sorry.
Who should I mail it to?
You can mail it to Jagabandhu.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Even I haven't got
With
the
your
response, man.
No, it is fine. It is fine. Even we have mailed to Lalaram. We will look into it. But suddenly we can't.
yes. So it
do
will
that.
take some
It will
time.
take some time. We will do that.
So you please mention your group name also when you mail them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I have
We
mentioned.
will add it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So Jagabandhu, I think everybody is there. I think, huh? Or
Yeah, you can start whatever next part. Whoever have not, maybe tomorrow we can go for another session and do that out of it.
Okay. Okay, fine. So now if you're able to see my terminal, so now let us try to create one
Ma'am, you have not shared your screen. You please share the screen. Share your screen. Then.
Okay.
Screen not shared.
Okay, yeah, I'll share it. So you must be able to see, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay. So now, since we all got, we were able to access our G-Cloud account from our terminal. So let us see how we can create one instance here. So I'll show you now how to create a virtual machine instance. So you can see here, create instance, but one suggestion, please don't create any instances now. I think because I think Jagbandhu and like all of us, we will be creating all the instances for all the group. So, but I think Jagbandhu, they can just try, or how is it? Jagbandhu?
Or do we just watch you creating an instance
So
and note
Yeah,
down
they can.
mentally?
I think they can create, and after that they can delete.
Okay.
If they want to get a fill,
Yeah.
create
So
one instance and
create one instance and you can
but I
delete
don't
it.
think it will be more than 8 instance we can't create.
Yeah. So there are certain limitations. So
Maybe if they want, I think it will be better. We will go like this. They will just see that, and when they will take their account, they will create their instances.
Yeah.
And this recording will be available to them. They can follow
Yes.
it and do that.
Yeah, so I think that would be better because there are certain limitations to the number of instances we can create in this account, and we have already created instances for the groups here already. So probably you can just watch, and then you can anyway this video will be available. So whenever you want to create it, you can see it. So as for now, we'll just try creating an instance. So if you have all come back to your browsers, so here next to this VM instances, you can see something called as create instance. So I'll be just clicking on this create instance. Yeah. So here it will before in this forum I have to give all the details so which are required for my instance. So here let us say so let us say I give some name here, for instance, IEEE Summer School 1. And then, you don't have to enter all the parameters, but some parameters are necessary. So I'll tell you what. So here you have to select the region. So this US Central is supposed to be a little bit cheaper when you compare it to others. So in the right, you can see the estimate. So like I can select another one, and so then it will charge me accordingly. So the currently what we are doing is we are selecting that US Central one. so which is reasonably a little bit moderately cheaper when compared to others. And here also, like currently, like yesterday when we got the our accounts assigned, so they told us you have to use it either Central 1B or Central 1F. So that's what they have told us. So according to that zones we'll be using here. So next you'll come here, you will see the machine configuration. So this is the machine which you want. So I'll so in this general purpose machine, so I can find the series. So currently I've chosen this one. So each of them will have different rates. So and it is charged on hourly basis. So you have to see which is feasible for you and what you're doing, what you want to do, what programs you want to implement, and in that which mission is feasible for you, and then you have to choose accordingly, because once I create this instance, it starts charging money. So now I'll select this N1 series, and in N1 series also I have different machine types. So if you see here, so you find many different machine types. So currently if it is non GPU, if I don't want to use GPU, then I'll give this N1 standard 1. But if I want to do some training, so what I'll do is I'll give N1 standard 8, which is more suitable for my training. And here I can see after selecting this N1 standard 8, I can come here. So there is this CPU platform and GPU. So since I'll be doing a TDNN training or any other training, so I need a GPU. So I just click on this add GPU and it will give me the GPUs which are present. So again, so for different GPU, you will be charged differently. So I am choosing this Tesla T4. So and also you can choose how much ever GPUs you want. So currently I am choosing only one. And then so on your virtual machine, you can use whichever image you want. Like you can change the image. Or so now currently, since I think for the few like even for the workshop, wave to wake workshop also, you will be needing all the PyTorch and all other dependencies. So in here I'll be selecting deep learning on Linux. So usually for training and all these purposes, if you want this TensorFlow, PyTorch and all, you will be using this operating system. Okay, and in this also there are many. So currently, like for tomorrow's or day after tomorrow's wave to wake workshop also, so you will be using all this PyTorch. So and now currently also for Kaldi installation also we have taken this only. So this is deep learning image, PyTorch 1.8 and CUDA 11. So after I assign this version, so here I can alter the size, like how much GB I want. So currently let me take as 100 GB. Okay, and you don't have to change anything. So just in this, you have to just choose your operating system. And suppose if you want, you can take, there is Ubuntu also here. Ubuntu if you take, so then again that will be the basic version of Ubuntu. On the top you would have to install all your NVIDIA drivers and CUDA libraries and all that. So like that, so in deep learning, so it on Linux, so it has most of the packages installed like already. So that much trouble you will not find if you use this one. So let me select here. So now the boot disk is selected. Then here in firewall, I am just giving access here. And only, yeah, these are all the settings I have to do to create an instance. So first is the main thing, I'll be giving the name. And this is according to your usage and according to whichever is economical. So you will see like different regions and you will select whichever is preferred in that. And this one, once you are allocated the GPU, you will be told like whichever in US Central one, whichever zone you want. So they will give some 2 or 3 zones. in that you can access. So, and as I said, the availability of GPU, like it is, you have to book in advance. So if there is something, you have a lot of work to do on GPU, you have to book it in advance, and so then you will be allocated that one. And you can choose your mission, whichever mission. Suppose if you want only CPU, or you want along with CPU you want GPU also, you can choose here whichever configuration you want, and all the memory whichever is okay for you. And the same thing here, the GPU type also, and how many GPUs also you want. So all this will be charged on the basis of your selection. So, and again, after once you get the machine, you need some boot image on the machine. So here, that's what, as I say, I have selected this deep learning image, and then I am going to create this. So these are the settings you need for creating an instance.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I was just following with you. It's showing red exclamation mark. I mean, I think it's not created.
What?
I was
So I
following.
Yeah, I think it is not recommended for you to create an instance. What is the difference between US Central? So these are different zones, which is already where the GPUs are available. So GPUs are available in different regions of the world, and in that I have selected US Central Zone, Iowa, and then in Iowa also there will be different zones. So all the GPUs won't be in one place, so it will be in different places. So according to that, they would have classified that according to some zones. So, and when you take a Google Cloud account, and like yesterday we got our Google Cloud account yesterday evening. So then they told us whichever GPU will be free at that time and for which particular time you want. So they will see that and they will allocate different zones for you. So so that's the difference between B and F. Yeah, Sajal, I think you were saying something.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Actually, initially when you have selected the GPU, and at that time the dollar was 25 point something. But finally when you select the operating system and everything, so at that time it was showing 383 point something per month.
Yes,
So
yes.
why it has been increased? Because of the operating system and memory, or
Yes,
what?
yes. So because of the memory, and once I have created this instance, now this if you see here the status, the instance is running. So once your instance starts running, you will get billed. So as soon as you create your instances, like money keeps on deducting from your account.
Then group 7 and group 8 are instances.
Yes. Yeah, that is because we have created that to to show you the TDNN running in Kaldi, right? So because we have accessed this, we have purchased this Google Cloud account, and so we have created instances to show each groups will have can log into a particular instance, and then like they can run their Kaldi TDNN training. They can do the training. So that's why we have created that instances. So I think this will be accessible only like until this workshop is over. So once the workshop is over, probably you have to, if you want to do something, you need to have your own Google Cloud account. So if you see here, it has given you, or it has given me all that my IEEE instance is created, and the IP it has given, and so here these three I can find. If I want to stop my, suppose I don't have any GPU work initially, so just think I have created this instance, and I will decide that I will run all the programs tomorrow. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to stop this account. So then tomorrow, whenever I am going to start my training, then I can do this start or resume, because once you create an instance, your billing gets started. Okay, so that you have to be very careful when you purchase your own accounts also. So whenever you want GPU, whenever there is the necessity of GPU, then only start your instances and do whatever processing you want to do. So now if I don't want this,
excuse me,
yes.
means GPU, if GPU is not running, if it is ideal, still the payment was deducted.
Yes. Once your instance is running, your payment will get, your deductions will start.
Okay.
So that all the two instances we had created yesterday, today morning, I think. Yeah, today morning we created. So our billing will start from today morning.
Okay.
Okay. So now which I have created just now, it will start. So do we have to select?
But
Yes?
if we stop it, suppose.
Yeah. Yes.
Stop
If I stop it now you just I'll just show you. So I'll just stop this one.
Ma'am, so we need to stop the current group 7 or group 8 GPUs that we have joined.
Yeah. You please don't stop that one. So that we will see we have created for TDNN. So currently don't stop it. So but I'm just telling you, this is the one I have created and I have stopped. I think we will stop it like after we finish. There is still work left for us to do in that. So we are trying to clone all the Kaldi models and instances. So after that we will stop it. Okay. So now see here, you can see my instance is stopped now, whereas these two are running. You can see with this tick mark here. Okay. So again, if tomorrow, if I want to start, next time if I want to start something, and I'll go on start or resume, and I can find that I can start this one and do my processing.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
I understood that, but if I make it stop, then it will charge for today night or what?
No, if you stop, it doesn't charge.
Okay.
Yeah, so once you start, it will start charging. So that's why when I told you, whenever if suppose you're doing your processing for tomorrow and you have created instance today, then you please stop it. So whenever you
guarantee that tomorrow GPU will available or not?
So I'll see, this is because we have paid the money and we have got the GPU account, right? So they have we have to tell them, like, for this workshop is for 2 weeks. So and for 2 weeks also we'll be needing the GPU access. So then they will dedicate whichever GPU is free, they will dedicate that GPU for how much ever days we have paid the money for.
Okay, ma'am. I understood, but I want to know thing differently. Suppose after the workshop, I rent a GPU for my personal work. So I make a model and I created a instance, and I think that I will start today night. But then I change my mind. I think I will start after 2 days. So I pause it for 2 days. Then after 2 days, when I want to resume it, then it may not be available.
The moment you have created the instance, So from that, this cost reduction will start. Okay, even you will stop that. That also will deduct some minimum cost, not maximum one, but as you have rented it, no, so it will cut some cost. If you are not using
some holding cost.
Yeah, holding cost.
Yeah.
Okay. If you don't want to cut any cost, then you have to delete that instance.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that is so it is very like beneficial. Like if you know priorly beforehand what you need to do with the GPU and then approximate idea. Like suppose you are training some big neural network or some big project. So approximate idea like how long it will take to train with this kind of GPU. Like you saw that we selected like Tesla T4, right? NVIDIA Tesla T4. So with that a GPU, so like how many days it would take to train, so little bit idea you should have before you are renting a GPU. Okay, so then it will it will save you like it will save your cost. So without knowing anything, you should without knowing like how many days your training might take or all that, if you just rent GPU and start using it, then probably you'll have to end up paying more. Do we have to select the Google Cloud domain? Which Google Cloud domain, Amrut?
No, madam. That was like that doubt is cleared, like in the discussion.
Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. Yeah. So I think that okay. So let me delete and show you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what if we select some other option instead of selecting deep learning on Linux? We can select deep learning on Ubuntu.
Yeah. You can select any image you want. So only thing I selected deep learning on Linux is so because like all the most of the packages will be already installed. So only thing you have to do is you have to install your NVIDIA drivers. So apart from that, CUDA and all other packages will be already installed in that image. So suppose if I had selected Ubuntu, so then and if I want to do this some GPU training, I have to explicitly install CUDA and TDNN and all. And if I am using TensorFlow or PyTorch, all these things have to be explicitly installed. So here I selected deep learning on Linux because most of it is already installed. So the installation for me, which is required by me, will be less to do.
Okay.
Madam, for tomorrow's session, like there's nothing to be done, right? Like it's the group 7 and group 8 has already been installed, so it will be working under that.
So I think we have to. There are 11 or 12 groups right now. So we have to install. So we have 2 accounts. So in each account, you will be allowed to create some 6 instances, 6 VM instances, 6 or 5 or 6 VM instances. So we still have to create for other groups also. So we have to do that, and later you can do TDNN training on that.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Yeah. So if I hope it is clear to all of you, and if you have any issues, you can just mail me, or else we can close the session.
And ma'am, can we use services like AWS and stuff also for getting GPUs?
Yes, you can use.
So which is the cheapest one, or which one do ideally we use? Do you have any idea?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how. Like here in Google, you will be getting this like free trial, right? So for I don't know what is the thing in AWS. If anybody has any idea, then you can share.
AWS also gives some free trial duration. You can check that. And then they have something called EC2 instance. This is exactly same as compute engine. This one, you can try that.
Yeah. So
And
usually, everybody will give some certain amount of free period. So like you in that you can check which is better for you, and you'll have to look in through, I think.
Yeah. Shruti, I just one one final question. It's not a
Yeah.
question, kind of. So today we are doing the instance creation. Tomorrow we will repeat the whole thing, or what? Like installing Kaldi and all those.
No. Actually, Kaldi, you don't have to install again. So what we are doing is we'll create one instance, and we have installed Kaldi on that. So all other instances we will be doing a replication of that one. So another 5 to 6 instances you will find under one account. So that we will be replicating that. So you don't have to install Kaldi tomorrow.
Okay.
So I think all the training, all your this try 1, try 2, and try 3 folders will be available, and you have to take this try 3, and from there you can start the TDNN training.
Okay. So whatever we have done till yesterday, it will already be there in these instances, I think, right?
What you have done in your
Like similar
Yeah, till yesterday, whatever you have done, that will be available there. Okay. So from there, you have to take.
that will be there.
Thank you.
Is there a provision of installing some of these, say, standard software? Say now also this toolkit Kaldi became useful for many people. Rather than individually installing, can it be part of that Google Cloud system itself?
So yes, sir. Like now, currently, what I have installed, no, sir, that deep learning on Linux image. So that has like many of the PyTorch, TensorFlow. So many of the packages already installed there. So I have to only install NVIDIA drivers. So apart from that, I don't need to install CUDA or anything like that. So as I said, that another plain Ubuntu what I showed earlier. So for that is the basic Ubuntu OS. So if I want to do some deep learning training on that, so again I have to install this CUDA and TDNN and all PyTorch or TensorFlow packages explicitly have to install all that, sir.
That's
Kaldi cannot be installed in AWS EC2. Okay. So I have not tried AWS, so maybe I'm not sure whether Kaldi can be installed. Have you tried it, Sai Ganesh?
You need to take G2X,
Okay.
G2.2X.
Okay. For installing Kaldi, right?
Yes. In
Okay.
AWS. And in couple of months, NVIDIA is launching a direct package of Kaldi within a couple of months.
Okay.
You can directly do what you call how you install NVIDIA drivers, right? Like that,
Yes.
NVIDIA Kaldi. So Kaldi will be your.
So Kaldi will be directly installed.
Yes.
So yeah, that will be better instead of going through all the procedures. So yeah, I think that's better. So what is the difference between Google Colab and Google Cloud? Google Colab is free, and but there are some restrictions there also. So suppose if I'm using Google, so for instance, if I take if I take Kaldi only, Kaldi is currently a little bit difficult to install in Google Colab. So and for smaller trainings it's okay, but for big TDNN, LSTM and all, it might be a little bit difficult there. And the problem with Google Colab is, I think once if you're idle, that instance will go away. Means like whatever you have stored, I think that might not be accessible. So you have to, I think, install everything once again. So if you're idle, is something like that is there. But Google Colab is free, and Google Cloud, you have to pay charges for that. Okay, I think I think if nobody has any issues regarding this instances, so maybe Jagbandhu, can we?
Yeah, we can wind up the session. Thank you.
Yeah, we can wind up the session. Thank you very much.
Tomorrow, 10 o'clock, we will meet.
Okay, tomorrow we'll be meeting at 10
Amen.
o'clock. Yeah. Thank you all very much. Okay. Yeah, bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Jagbandhu, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, Arun.
Yes, sir. Can I expect it like